Getting a U.S. green card is a dream for many, but that dream may soon end for people in 7 Asian countries. In this video, we'll show you the 7 Asian countries may lose U.S. green card access by 2025 and explain the different reasons why. And now, let's dive in. Number 7, Sri Lanka. Why could Sri Lanka lose green card access in 2025? It all starts with a deepening economic crisis. Since 2022, Sri Lanka has struggled with extreme inflation, fuel shortages, and political instability. These challenges pushed many citizens to seek a better life abroad, especially in the United States. But here's the issue. Desperation is fueling a spike in immigration fraud. U.S. immigration officials have reported a growing number of applications from Sri Lanka that include forged documents, fake job offers, and false family connections. With embassies overwhelmed and document verification harder than ever, these fraudulent attempts are raising red flags in Washington. In addition, Sri Lanka's passport ranking dropped due to its political unrest, making its applicants subject to more scrutiny. The U.S. may decide that the risk of fraudulent applications from Sri Lanka outweighs the benefits of maintaining open green card access. Now, in 2025, the U.S. is considering putting Sri Lanka on a restricted list, especially under policies favoring national security and tighter immigration controls. This could severely limit or suspend green card issuance. If you're from Sri Lanka and planning to migrate, the clock might be ticking. Could your green card dreams be blocked by your country's economic collapse? Oh, before we go to the next country, comment down below where you are watching. We love to know where you are from. And now, let's go to the next country. Number 6, Syria. Syria's spot on the U.S. green card blacklist is becoming more likely in 2025. And the reason is no mystery: war and instability. Since 2011, Syria has endured a devastating civil war that has crippled its government institutions, destroyed public records, and displaced millions of people. Today, many Syrians applying for green cards cannot present complete identity documents, school records, or proof of employment. From the U.S. immigration perspective, this presents a major problem. The vetting process depends on reliable background checks, and that's nearly impossible when your country has no functioning central database. To make things worse, U.S. embassies in or near Syria are operating under limited capacity or closed entirely, making document verification even harder. Without secure channels to confirm someone's identity, U.S. officials are becoming more cautious. As of 2025, several American lawmakers are calling for a halt to immigration from countries that cannot provide document transparency, and Syria is on top of that list. While humanitarian pathways may remain open for refugees, regular green card access is under threat. Is it fair? Maybe not. But when national security is prioritized, even genuine Syrian applicants may find the door to America slowly closing. Number 5, Iran. Iran is no stranger to tense relations with the United States, but in 2025, those tensions may finally lead to the suspension of green card access. The main reason: national security. In recent years, the U.S. government has become increasingly concerned about potential threats stemming from Iranian nationals, especially amid renewed nuclear negotiations and intelligence concerns. While most Iranian immigrants are professionals or students seeking a better life, a few isolated incidents involving visa fraud and political asylum abuse have cast a shadow over the rest. Another issue is Iran's limited diplomatic ties with the U.S. There's no American embassy in Tehran, so all green card applications must go through third-party countries like Turkey or the UAE. This extra step creates delays, inconsistencies, and verification gaps, problems that U.S. immigration officials are less willing to tolerate in 2025. On top of that, Iran's government tightly controls internet access and restricts communication, which hampers U.S. agencies' ability to conduct reliable background checks. If there's no way to verify someone's history, education, or even identity, the risk becomes too high. This year, under growing political pressure, the U.S. is reviewing high-risk countries, and Iran is once again in the spotlight. If this continues, a complete pause on family reunification visas, green cards, and student to residency pathways could follow. For thousands of educated, peace seeking Iranians hoping for a future in America, this move would be heartbreaking. Could decades of diplomacy fall apart because of a few bad actors? Wait. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. And now let's go to the next country, number 4, Pakistan. Pakistan's relationship with the U.S. has always been complicated, marked by cooperation one year and caution the next. In 2025, Pakistan risks being removed from the U.S. green card eligibility list due to several mounting concerns, the biggest security risks and visa overstays. Reports show that a growing number of green card applicants from Pakistan have overstayed temporary U.S. visas or violated immigration terms. While this doesn't reflect the actions of all Pakistanis, U.S. immigration authorities are growing uneasy. In an era of stricter border controls, even a small spike in violations can trigger large-scale policy shifts. The second concern, background verification. U.S. officials have flagged difficulties in confirming applicant histories due to inconsistent documentation in rural areas of Pakistan. This affects visa processing speeds and raises red flags for national security, especially when applicants come from conflict-prone regions or lack digital records. In 2025, political instability and economic struggles within Pakistan have also pushed more citizens to seek permanent residency abroad, including through family sponsorships or employment-based green cards. But the sudden surge is putting a strain on the U.S. immigration system. In response, lawmakers are pushing for tighter scrutiny or even a temporary freeze on green card issuances to certain countries. Pakistani means are already voicing concern, fearing separation from loved ones and delays in legal pathways. If this policy goes into effect, thousands of families could be affected. Could Pakistan become the next casualty in the U.S.'s tightening immigration stance? Number 3, Nepal. Nepal, a peaceful and resilient Himalayan country, may not seem like a high-risk nation, but in 2025, it could face restrictions on U.S. green card eligibility due to immigration fraud, visa overstays, and weak passport tracking systems. Over the past few years, there has been a noticeable rise in cases where Nepali nationals have entered the U.S. on tourist or student visas only to overstay and work illegally. Many of these individuals were coached by unauthorized consultants, promising shortcuts to U.S. permanent residency. As a result, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is now eyeing Nepal as a high-watch nation for document fraud and overstays. Another growing concern is human trafficking. Nepal's poverty and political instability have made its citizens vulnerable to fake job offers abroad. In some cases, traffickers use the U.S. green card lottery system to smuggle people under false identities or arranged marriages, seriously undermining the integrity of legal immigration. Adding to the problem is Nepal's lack of reliable digital infrastructure. U.S. authorities face major hurdles when trying to verify an applicant's background, making it easier for bad actors to manipulate the system. In 2025, the U.S. is considering suspending or limiting green card allocations to Nepal unless the government improves passport verification systems and clamps down on illegal migration networks. While most Nepali are hardworking and honest, the actions of a few are putting thousands at risk of losing their shot at the American dream. Number 2, South Korea. South Korea might be known for its booming economy, K-pop exports, and advanced technology. But beneath the surface, it's facing a major diplomatic challenge in 2025, one that could cost thousands of its citizens their access to the U.S. green card. What's the issue? Overstaying and misuse of visa programs, particularly among students and workers. In recent years, there's been a sharp increase in young South Koreans entering the U.S. on student, tourist, or work visas, and not leaving when they're supposed to. Many are quietly taking jobs in places like New York, California, or Texas, often in Korean-owned businesses that operate under the radar. Others switch from one visa to another, staying indefinitely without going through proper legal channels. While not everyone is doing this, the spike in violations has caught the attention of U.S. immigration authorities. Another issue is the abuse of the green card through fake marriages or contract marriages, a problem that's been quietly growing. These arrangements, often set up through online forums or immigration brokers, are now being flagged in U.S. immigration databases. South Korea, being a U.S. ally, is under pressure to clean this up or face consequences. What makes the situation more urgent is that the U.S. is tightening immigration across the board in 2025, with growing political pressure to reduce fraud and backlog. Even countries with traditionally high approval rates like South Korea are under review. If patterns of visa abuse continue, green card quotas could be reduced or suspended. To avoid this, South Korea will need to ramp up enforcement, educate its citizens about immigration laws, and work closely with U.S. agencies to track violations. But time is running out. If no changes are made, thousands of South Koreans dreaming of a life in the U.S., whether for education, career, or family, could find the green card door suddenly closed. Number 1, United Arab Emirates. You might not expect it, but the United Arab Emirates, home to some of the world's most luxurious cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, could lose green card access for its citizens in 2025. Why? It comes down to security concerns, inconsistent visa compliance, and an increasing number of overstays and asylum claims in the U.S. from UAE nationals. While the UAE is a wealthy nation, it has seen a growing number of citizens, especially younger adults, using U.S. tourist or student visas and then overstaying, often without proper authorization to work or remain. Some are using the system to try to gain long-term entry into the U.S. through loopholes, filing asylum claims, or seeking work despite restrictions. These violations are becoming more frequent, and the U.S. government is taking note. Complicating matters further is the geopolitical tension in the region. Though the UAE is considered an American ally, it's also building stronger relationships with China and Russia, countries currently under tighter U.S. scrutiny. The concern is that the UAE could become a gateway for foreign influence or espionage, especially through its dual citizenship laws and lenient residency rules for wealthy foreigners. Additionally, U.S. immigration officials have reported issues with verification and background checks for certain applicants from the Gulf region, including concerns over transparency in documentation and identity verification. In 2025, as the U.S. sharpens its national security focus, even close allies like the UAE are not immune to stricter screening or reduced immigration privileges. If current trends continue, particularly involving fraudulent asylum applications, visa overstays, and lack of cooperation in deportation processes, the U.S. may decide to cap or temporarily suspend green card access for UAE citizens. For thousands of Emirates hoping to study, invest, or migrate to the U.S., this would be a devastating blow. It could affect students, business owners, and even family reunification. The message from the U.S. is clear. Even the richest nations must follow the rules or face serious immigration consequences. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay informed. Which country do you think should not be on this list? Type your answer in the comments. We want to hear from you.